How can we add two fractions with different denominators? For example, how could we add 1/3 and 2/5? Let's model each fraction. We'll start with 1/3. Divide a circle into 3 equal parts and shade one part. Now let's model 2/5. Divide a congruent circle into 5 equal parts and shade 2 parts. To add 1/3 and 2/5, we combine the shaded parts. This model shows the sum 1/3 plus 2/5. But what fraction of the circle does the sum represent? Let's divide the circle into thirds. The sum represents more than 2/3 of the circle, but less than the whole circle. Let's divide the circle into fifths. The sum represents more than 3/5 of the circle, but less than 4/5. Let's try increasing the number of equal parts. The sum doesn't represent a whole number of sixths. It doesn't represent a whole number of sevenths, or eighths, or ninths, or tenths, or 11ths, or 12ths, or 13ths, or 14ths. The sum does represent a whole number of 15ths. Let's count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The sum is 11 15ths. Each term in the sum also represents a whole number of 15ths. Notice that 1/3 is the same as 5 15ths, and 2/5 is the same as 6 15ths. 15 is a common multiple of 3 and 5. So we can add fractions with denominators 3 and 5 by writing equivalent fractions with a common denominator of 15. Let's see how this works. 1/3 plus 2/5 equals 5 15ths plus 6 15ths, which is 11 15ths. Let's use a common denominator to add 1/4 and 3/5. First, let's list the multiples of each denominator. The multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and so on. The multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and so on. A common multiple of 4 and 5 is 20, so write both fractions with denominator 20. Remember that to write an equivalent fraction, we multiply both the numerator and the denominator of the fraction by the same number. Let's see. 4 times what number is 20? 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 5 is 5. So 1/4 is equivalent to 5/20. Let's look at 3/5. 5 times what number is 20? 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3/5 is equivalent to 12/20. Now let's add. 1/4 plus 3/5 is the same as 5/20 plus 12/20, which equals 17/20. Now it's your turn. What is 2/3 plus 1/4, 1/2 plus 2/5?